I think the average person watching this that doesn't fully grasp all of this would say, wait a minute, if this family has billions and billions of dollars and their average employee, let's say they make $12, again, I'm just ballparking something, $12 an hour, why not allow all of their employees to make $15 an hour? Thus, all of those people have a little more money in their pocket, more money to spend, they can eat better, take better care of themselves, et cetera, et cetera. And at the same time, you'll have only punished or taken away from the Walmart family a very small slice of what they have. Now, I know obviously you don't agree with that, but how do you then change that, the optics of that? Because I think that argument makes sense to a lot of people. Like, these people they have an absurd amount of wealth that they don't need. Why wouldn't it just be better to do it the other way?
Well, notice the way you set the whole thing up, that they don't need. So the basic idea is you don't have a right to anything unless you prove that you, quote, need it. Well, who's going to decide what you need and what you don't need? Like, you live in, a nice house in Los Angeles, right? Like, do you need that? Couldn't you get by living in a small shack, somewhere out in the mountains or something like that?
I did the small shack thing for years. It's
yeah,
not great.
and so I can compare you to some people on Skid Row and say this, like, we need to drag this guy down a lot because he doesn't need this. Once you empower the government to decide what people need and take from them anything that you say they don't really need, it can be used from somewhere else, you've basically obliterated any concept of freedom. It really unleashes that sort of thing. The whole setup, right? We can agree that, oh man, I'd love it if people who work really hard and are really good people make more than $12 an hour. But why are we contrasting that with the success of other people? No, you need to think about, like, the thing that's holding them back is not the greed and selfishness of the people who give them jobs so that they can make 12 rather than 0. No, the problem is, well, there can be a number of problems. One problem could be that they don't have a very good education. Well, who monopolized education and basically subjected Americans to an awful education? Oh, well, that's the government. You can ask, for instance, maybe they have a skill that they can't exercise, that they'd be able to rise and create their own business, say doing hair. Oh, well, who puts occupational licensing requirements that stop poor people from rising? Oh, that's the government. So if you're really concerned with opportunity for people at the bottom, what they need is not the opportunity to pick other people's pockets. They need the opportunity that is provided by freedom for every producer, no matter how rich or how poor, to decide how best can I become more productive, more successful, and find a career that gives me material remuneration and real meaning.